thrive for yourself, but do that, survive and thrive, so that you can have an impact and make a difference in your community. And so we've been talking with Menachem Kniespeck this month from OperationKidEquip.org. It's back to school month for these kids coming right up. And I know you're working real hard to help kids be equipped for their future, kids in poverty, to help them be equipped for their future through a positive educational experience. Talk to me about what's going on with you these days.
Right now, we're in the midst of the back-to-school season.
Yeah.
Over the past, since we started our family application process, we have about 1,900 children.
Oh, my.
Where the families have applied for school supplies. One of the things that really shocked me this year is if you would have asked me about our demographic, our age demographic, I always thought that we dealt with a younger crowd, like the 20 to 29 crowd, but we're about 62% of 30 years old plus.
In terms of the parents applying for help?
In terms of parents applying for help.
Yeah.
So that was a real eye-opener for me this year. And we're finding poverty is just, we've said this before, and we've said it a few times on the show here, that it's going to take our families a little bit longer to come out of the Great Recession. Well, and it's we're not seeing the recovery. Reading the stories that we read, they're not there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so American Dreamer, you hear the stories about the economy's recovering, and it is. 4% GDP growth in the second quarter, projected for 3% this quarter, 3% in the fourth quarter. Hey, we're back. We're in the money. Well, not all of us. Some of us are really still under the pile. Situational poverty has taken so many people through this Great Recession into a situation maybe they've never been in. That's why it's important to look around and see how can you make an impact. OperationKidEquip.org. I'll say it again. Go check it out. OperationKidEquip.org is leading the league in making a difference.
And we should probably go ahead and say again, we did earlier in the show, but if you can't use it, the nonprofits can't use it. So, don't give the items that were storm damaged.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we're talking about sewer backups here. These are contaminated items. Don't give them to the kids. Yeah. In fact, some nonprofits might not even be taking donations for the next couple of weeks. But go to OperationKidEquip.org. You can see how you can be of help. The back-to-school supply drive is going on, right?
We have our back-to-school drive going on. We're encouraging, we've talked a lot about what we need and what the kids need. Yeah. But I think we also need to encourage people to actually apply for the backpacks.
Okay.
So if you don't need them for your own children, chances are in the state of Michigan right now, somebody who could. Yeah. And so if they come to the OperationKidEquip.org website, there's a link to apply for the backpacks on the site. Right now, I'm thinking that the application process is going to close about 2 Sundays from now.
Okay, because it's going to be time to start putting the supplies together and getting them into kids' hands so they can have a shot at a future here. We're talking about rewriting a kid's future, American Dreamer. The statistics are clear. If you can get a kid at least to a 9th grade reading literacy, the chances of them graduating high school and having a diploma and being able to apply for a job, and think about the number of kids who don't graduate and what percentage of them end up in some really cycles of bad situations.
Well, and we also have our Welfare to Workforce program, and so these are parents with children who are receiving government assistance, and what they come to our program, and we help with job training skills for either workforce entry or re-entry. Yeah. And so when we started the program, we were working with students, and so we learned what was going on with students. Then we worked with teachers, and so we learned what was going on in the classroom. But now by working with parents in poverty and reliant on the safety net, we're also understanding what's going on inside the home.
Yeah. And it's a holistic reality. There's no one little magic bullet here that's going to fix it all. But you guys are taking that big picture look, getting involved at a deeper level. Yeah. Almost all volunteer run. Almost every bit of every dollar goes to actually the cause. It's not one of these administrative heavy charities you worry about.
I wish we were administrator heavy.
You could use a little help, I hear you. Folks, you're listening to Michigan Real Talk. Every Sunday we're talking about your American dream, and part of it is how can you make an impact in your community. We want to say special thanks to our guests today.
Menachem Kniespeck with Operation Kid Equip. Tim Pasquarella of Team Pasquarella, powered by